Good morning, my crazy people. Happy Saturday morning. Yay. So tired. Good morning, my dibble. Hi, toilet water, because I know you're going to act up. Hi, darling. Good morning. Good morning. Dibble, I hope you are having a blast hanging out with Victoria and the rest of the delinquents. You guys are really loud. Uh, yeah. I to let everybody know, I was gonna like video chat with Dibble throughout the weekend, and I did when she got there. We did that whole duo thing and we're video chatting. First time ever I've done a video thing on my phone, by the way. Like live video chat was pretty cool. Although I got left on a counter and Victoria left me there, abandoned me. Um, but it was so loud. I ended up getting a headache because of all the cross talking and the noise and the serious echo in the entryway where Victoria was. Morning, Carol. Um, yeah, my brain cannot handle that amount of volume. I'm old now. I like quiet. Hey, Adam. Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying your morning mud, Adam. But yeah. I mean, and then I was thinking, I was like, I had wished I could go, and I would love to meet people. But I don't think I could handle that much noise all at once. I'd be like curled up in a ball in my room in the room, just be like, come visit me one at a time. Yeah. But it does look like y'all are having a lot of fun. And that is the point, right? Is to have fun and meet people and yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. I think Dibble should run around and wake everyone up this morning. I do. Oh, Nurse Flipper just shut up. Very cool. Hey, Casual. Um, Everybody that's not awake should get woken up just because they keep putting that banana poop on camera just for me. Yay, thanks so much. Um, so everybody up. Wake up, get out of bed. Wake up, you sleepyheads. What's new? New England, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey. Nothing really new, darling. Same shit, different day. Ooh, SSDD. I gotta put that on a ring. My little expression rings. So how's everybody else's Saturday morning going? I'm awake. I've been awake since about 9 o'clock because I woke up at about 2:30 this morning, and I was up for about an hour and a half, and then crashed back out. Woke up, crashed out. Yeah, so I've been up since about 9. My son is supposed to show up today and grab my card and go get my rent. That'd be nice. Rent is good. Need to keep the place to live. Yep. I don't have anything to rant about, so this can be, I don't know, a show live, I guess, today without the ranting. I do have something in the thread of what I was talking about last live I did, which also carried over from the live before that, was dumbed down commercials. The latest one that I saw was about smart food popcorn. hmm Ugh, Darlene, you gotta work today? Yuck. Now, hey Jen, good morning. So this girl is sitting on the couch eating a perfectly formed bag of smart food, popcorn, right? And there's like I don't know, Jeopardy or something on the TV. And they ask a question and she takes a bite of popcorn and boom, she answers it. And she looks at the bag and she's like, wow. I'm like, really? And then the next thing she's receiving an award. And then I'm going, for fucking real, dude. So now they're trying to say that if you eat popcorn, you become a genius instantly. I'm like, oh my God, there are going to be so many stupid people buying popcorn. Holy shit. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I just can't with commercials anymore. I don't get it. I'm like, why? And then there are some commercials that don't have any words at all. It's just music and video. And a couple of them you don't even know what the product is. I love popcorn too, Record Crate, but I know it's not going to make me a genius. You know what I mean, Adam? You're not going to eat popcorn and become, a Nobel Prize winner or anything. Yeah, Red Bull gives you wings. Hey, if that would happen, I wouldn't need the hover chair like Yoda. I could just drink Red Bull and fly wherever I wanted to go. Morning, Jennifer. But just, yeah. I was watching one commercial and I don't even know what the commercial was for. It was just no words, just music, and there was a dog running around in a yard. So I don't know if it was for fertilizer or I know they do, Jen. It scares me that anybody would pay somebody for a commercial like this. It was either for fertilizer or something for the dog or but there was no product placement, like, they didn't show even at the end of it, I'm like, "What the hell was that commercial for?" I don't know, but now I want one of those dogs. Yeah. Maybe it was to buy the dog, I don't know. Yeah. Advertising, they get paid a lot of money to come up with that stuff, and I just can't even imagine. I mean, it makes me feel like the advertising people and the people who pay them to come up with it and put it out there think that the American public is really stupid. No, understandable, Darlene, very, very understandable. Oh, shit, casual, for real? Jennifer, sorry. No. Holy shit, I would be crying. Donna sold a Tiffany piece last night for $250, and as she was packing orders, she dropped it and broke it into pieces. I would cry. I really would. Can I share a wonderful TV ad? Yes. There is a TV ad for a hearing device. It's called Noopl, Noopl. I don't know if there's an E on the end of it. I can't remember. But you use earbuds, like earbuds, but no cord, and you plug this device into your phone, and it turns your phone into basically a hearing aid that you use the AirPods for. And considering my mother is hard of hearing, I think that is brilliant. So when you're out somewhere, you just have your phone, or if you're at a meeting, business meeting or something, you can just put your phone on the table with the Newport plugged into it, and you can actually hear what's going on. It's very confusing and frustrating for people who have hearing loss. Um, I don't know how much it costs. I have no idea. They didn't give a price, but I thought that was a brilliant thing to be able to turn your phone into basically into a hearing aid. I thought that was great. So yeah, there you go. There's a good commercial. No, Donatello. Hey Annie. Yeah, I would be devastated. It was a Tiffany necklace. She broke a Tiffany necklace. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, Adam, me too. Donatello, Bonatello. I can never pronounce her last name. I always forget how you. Hey, Bonnie. I don't really watch Donna's stuff anymore, so yeah. I knew Botolino. That was it. Donatello. That's the turtle, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Ninja Turtle. Turtle. Yeah, I don't really hang out with her on her tease stuff anymore. Would definitely suck. Yeah, for anybody. Hi, my Wendy. How are you? Yep, it is. That's like throwing $250 into your fireplace. See you later. Bye. Yep. No, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's pinned at the top, Wendy. It's always pinned at the top. Can you guys not see the link? I'll put it in again. Pay attention, Wendy. Kathy, my giggle girl, and hi, my Wendy.
Good morning.
Morning, morning, morning.
Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, everybody in the chat.
How you doing, Kathy? I heard about your news, and I send you big hugs.
Aw, thanks, Kodi. Yeah, I feel better than I did yesterday, but I'm still,
Yeah.
trying to wrap my head around things.
No, I can understand that. I can. Absolutely.
And trying to figure out Facebook. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's changed so much since I used it in 2008, 2009.
Yeah, and it changed the last upgrade, quote unquote upgrade they did, completely screwed my Facebook up. It does not work correctly anymore, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I'm not even able to moderate on my group because I'm not getting the notifications or posts in order. I'm like, she is not pregnant.
Who? Me?
You.
Oh, I can't get pregnant. What are you
There are
talking
some
about?
people. There are some people that are like, "What news? What are you talking about?" We aren't in white circles. I can see our avatars.
Oh, no, I'm not pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant.
Yeah, that ability's been gone for almost 10 years now. Crazy. Well, and I didn't have the ability before that anyway. But anyway, never mind.
Right.
Never mind.
Yeah, news does spread fast. Don't be starting those rumors. Poor Kathy.
Yeah, please don't start that rumor. Oh my God. I mean, not that it would be, that devastating, but oh my God.
then you'd be getting bombed with questions about who and where were you? No,
Right?
no, don't do that.
Right?
Yeah, she's having gummy babies. That's what she's having.
That's right. Lots of little gummy babies.
Yep.
I
Oh my
wish they would
God.
multiply like that.
Good God. No, Dibble. Dibble said little Wes. No.
Oh, Debbie.
Oh, weird. Darlene sent me a screenshot of us, and the only avatar that's showing up on their screens is me. That's weird because I can see both of your avatars. I can see Kathy and I can see Wendy's. Weird. Very weird.
Maybe they need to refresh their page.
Maybe.
Or their, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Dibble said she loves you.
I love you too, Debbie. I'm trying to pull the chat up on my other phone that isn't a phone anymore, so I can see at least. Blah, blah.
And he said, "What's wrong with Wes? You don't like him?" And then a bunch of smiley faces, laughy faces. Oh my God, you guys are gonna get everybody in so much trouble.
Now wait a minute. I never said I didn't like Wes. He's a very good friend.
But that doesn't mean she wants to have his babies, okay? Oh, it's happened a few other times too. I don't know. I can't control it. I mean, I only got what I got. I don't know. I have to yell at YouTube for that.
Oh, that's weird, Jen. Jennifer.
Annie's in one of those funny moods. I don't know. Because I can see them both in StreamYard, so it's got to be a YouTube thing. I don't know.
I can see them both on my YouTube, so I see on both my phone and well, I'm obviously in StreamYard on the one thing, but then the other one I'm on YouTube.
Right.
So I can't. Oh, you know what? She's right. There's 2 white circles for me and Wendy, and then your bear. I see what she's saying now. I misunderstood what she was seeing or not seeing. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. Huh. Yeah, I don't have any control over what's visual and what's not.
It shows it in the back room of StreamYard. It shows my picture and Wendy's, but that's weird.
Good morning, beautiful Susanna.
Good morning, Susanna. Good morning, Maggie.
Morning, Maggie.
I think the new iOS update for iPhones screwed with the StreamYard again because I'm having trouble hearing again.
Uh-oh. Jennifer put in Kathy's news that she's going to space with Elon Musk.
Jennifer, you weren't supposed to let that cat out of the bag yet.
Man, they are gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Russia took away their pictures. Oh God, Susanna. Man, there are gonna be all kinds of rumors flying around about you.
Right. Oh my goodness.
How are things in the UK, Wendy?
In the UK in general.
Or with you, whichever you prefer.
The UK is okay, I think.
Okay. So England is still standing. That's good to know.
Yeah, we're still standing.
Oh, floating.
In my house, there's cat flu going around my house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bunch of sneezy pussies is not a good thing.
No.
Yeah, Jen, we do all the time. I mean, they're on my candles and the stuff that's going on in the Ukraine, and now there's refugees going into Moldova. Is that how you say it?
I think so. Moldova.
I know that that's where moldavite comes from, and it's a very expensive stone. We won't be getting any more of that for a while. But yeah, they're a very poor country, and they've got all kinds of refugees pouring in there trying to get away from the war.
Yeah,
when I come off, I'm going to send you a picture because Little Brit wants me to send you a picture.
Okay, honey. So yeah, I feel so bad for everybody that's involved in that. Aside from the people that initiated it and are perpetrating it, but
right.
even then, a lot of those soldiers don't have a choice because once you're in the Russian military, you do what you're told or you die. So even some of them don't want to be doing what they're doing.
I think Mr. Putin's off his rocker again.
Jennifer has moldavite on her neck. Yep. It's a very cool stone.
Moldavite. Hmm. Trying to think of where I've heard that. I know I've probably hit Flippin' Mama.
Or Mr. Jim.
Yeah, true.
Mr. Jim sells Moldavite when he can get it.
Is it what are its properties though? I mean, for why people wear it. It brings good energy or something like that, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's probably why it's stuck in my head. You know the name. Never mind. I'm all over the map too with my brain.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, it's a very pretty green stone, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fake Moldavite on the market too, coming out of China.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Jennifer. That's groovy.
That's very groovy. Looks like a raisin to you. Let's see. I'm trying to look something up here, and Google is not cooperating with me today.
This is bothering me. I might just switch to my laptop.
Well, one of the reasons people like Moldavite is because it was formed when meteorites impacted the planet. So it's
Yeah.
Cosmic. A combination of, well, one of them said a combination of stardust and earthly energy, which is a very cool way to put it.
Right.
It's a stone of transformation, can help you leap further faster, which they mean spiritually or metaphysically type of,
Right.
not that you could jump 20 feet or anything.
Ah, darn it.
Yeah, I know, right? No
Make getting
superpowers.
in and out
Yeah,
of the dumpster so much easier.
yeah, it's considered a new generation gemstone, transmitting the energy of the mystical realms, things like that. So,
Oh, Kodi, Facebook didn't do note about Squash's mum.
oh well, Facebook sucks then.
Yeah.
So they're gonna allow people to tell people to kill each other, kill themselves. That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, she is. Victoria's very loud. Sorry, I just came back to the chat and saw that.
Yeah. I wasn't joking when I said I would have to have to wear headphones or
Yeah.
noise canceling headphones in order to survive more than a day.
I would too, because like I was on video chat with Dibble when she got there, and not everybody was there. There was let's see who was there. Donna was there. Nana, Victoria, Larry, Cajun. Anne showed up while I was on the video call with her, and it was still already so loud. And that's only like half of the people that were there.
Right.
Like, oh my god. I ended up with a headache, so video calls from me while she's there is not going to work.
Yeah.
Because I ended up with a headache yesterday that lasted most of the day. My brain just cannot process that increased amount of volume.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, I'm in my house by myself, 24/7. There's no noise here.
Right.
Morning, Mr. Jim.
Hey, Mr. Jim.
The only noise I have is whatever I'm watching on my computer.
Right.
So, even when my son was talking to people while he was gaming, that interfered with and the cross noise. You have 18 conversations going on at once. I
Right.
used to be able to keep up with that, audio wise.
Yep.
I can't do it now. Now it just turns on white noise. It's staticky and in my head. And,
Yep.
but it does look like people are having a good time. So yay.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's nothing against Victoria or anybody else who is charismatic and bubbly and all of that.
Right.
I'm the one who has the defect, not
Yeah.
everybody else, not the person who's laughing loud.
Yeah. Because I said earlier, I was like, I was, at one point wishing I could have gone because I want to meet, all my friends. And then after that video call, I'm like, oh, good God, it's a good thing I couldn't go. It's like I would be curled up in a ball in whatever room I was supposed to be staying in, going, okay, just come in one at a time.
Right.
But even then, the volume from on the other side of the door would have been a lot, unless those rooms are soundproofed, and I doubt it.
No, I doubt that.
Yeah. But yeah, like Bonnie said, she would have to stay at a hotel instead of the house just to be able to sleep.
Yeah. Or just take a break.
Yeah. But it does. I mean, a few years back, I would have been all over that. You know what I mean? I would have been right in the middle of that. And now just
Right.
my mentality has changed to where there's noise and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dibble. Tell them all to shut up. You're at my live. She's like, it's so loud. I'm gonna go. I can't hear y'all anyway. No.
Aw, Debbie.
That sucks.
Well, tell everybody hello from us.
Yeah. Tell all the loudmouths I said hi.
And don't forget Chris. He's very quiet.
I love having. No, he's not quiet when he's around them.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, that's good though. He's coming out of his shell some.
I love having my Dibble here.
Have a good day, Debbie. Y'all have fun.
Go sit on Victoria. Dibble is so small though. Victoria probably wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, Debbie is teeny tiny.
She is. She's very tiny. She's so cute. Yeah, today they're doing thrifting. They're going thrifting today. So good luck, Dibble. I hope you find great, awesome, fantastic stuff. So I did try one of the juices.
You tried what?
One of the juices that my daughter gave me. I tried the strawberry coconut pineapple. And it's very subtle. I mean, you can barely tell it that there's a flavor in there, but it is nice. It's not too bad. I don't know why she didn't like it. Maybe because it wasn't very strong. I don't know.
Oh, that could be.
So one juice tested and tried and true. So
nice.
When I get down at and this one, it's this what I put in. I didn't put very much in my tank. So when that's gone, I'll try a different one. I'm gonna end up with like a fruit salad in this fucking thing.
Oh Lord.
Why are you walking off a short plank, Susanna? At least you got the expression right, Mr. Bartender. Oh, because of the noise? You live with fucking Tina. How can you have a problem with noise?
I know. I was gonna say, oh my God.
Victoria did see a bumper sticker and she thought of me. And I told her it was a legit thing. It wasn't something I made up.
The masshole.
Yep, it's a legit thing. She did take a picture of a bumper sticker that said "masshole."
Yeah, so, I saw that.
She's like, Kodi, I found something. I thought of you. I was like, oh, good God. Oh, you're gonna go cut thunder eggs. Awesome. Thunder eggs are fun. You never know what's inside.
What are thunder eggs? Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I know what they are.
Okay.
I saw who said it.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be something else, but like food.
I think you're thinking Scotch eggs.
Oh, food.
Oh God, here's Wendy.
Wendy, are you eating again?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
I need to eat.
Not yet. Give her a few minutes. She will be.
Oh, burger.
Yeah, Susanna, I can't deal with that anymore.
Kodi, I sent you that picture.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Have a good day, Darlene.
Bye, Darlene. I'm sorry you have to go to work. That sucks.
Have a good day at work.
Oh, she's so cute.
It was World Book Day and she dressed up as Mary Poppins.
She's so cute.
she,
Aww.
she wanted you to see her dressed as Mary Poppins.
That's adorable.
You can send it Kathy if you want.
I don't know if Kathy will be able to pull it up while she's on her phone, but I will send it to her.
Oh yeah, I'd probably drop out of StreamYard if I did that. But yeah, send it to me. I want to see. I'm fixing to have to switch over to my laptop soon anyway because I can't handle not being able to hear. It drives me batty. Oh.
Yeah, understandable.
Yikes. You. Well,
no, Suzanne, I don't have anything to put in it. For a minute, I thought you were talking about a different kind of bullet, and I was like, "Wow, that's a little personal, isn't it?"
Well, that's what I was thinking too.
I don't have anything to put in it, so nope, not yet.
I am broke.
Send that to Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
That means I have to download Messenger.
Just wait until you get on your laptop. You don't have to download it on your laptop.
Oh, okay.
I do not have Facebook Messenger on my phone. I will not put Facebook on my phone because then my notifications go absolutely berserk and my battery dies in like 5 minutes. So
right,
yeah.
and that's why I have all of that stuff turned off.
Yep.
I mean, I obviously don't because I saw the pop-up on there. I thought I did. But I haven't opened up Messenger yet because there's a whole bunch of stuff in there and I don't want to read it. I'm sorry,
I don't
y'all.
wanna.
Well, because the Messenger is connected to my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And so those people, whoever the heck they might be, at some point in the future, I don't want people messaging me. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a question, just ask it in the comments.
You can set your Messenger for private so that nobody knows when you're online.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I have to figure out Facebook.
Yeah. According to my Facebook, I've been offline for the past 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never put it on. I put it on public once, and I had 15 people message me, and I could not do what I needed to do on my computer. I was like, "Fuck this!" And
Right.
I told everybody, "Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go," and then I put it on private, and I got back to them later, individually.
Right.
Like one a day. Like, So people still message me, but if I'm on, I answer it, and if I'm not, I don't until I can see it. Sometimes I don't even get messages. Wendy's sent me messages, and I haven't seen them for 3 days. They don't show up, and I'm like, "What the hell? I just got this,"
Right.
And then poor Wendy thinks I'm ignoring her, and I'm not. It's just my messenger is all kinds of fucked up. So.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not like I want to ignore anybody. I just don't want my phone blowing up.
Yep. Understandable. That'll interfere while you're recording too. If notifications keep popping up while you're recording.
Exactly. Oh, I'm doing okay, Susanna. Thank you. I don't know. I'm not myself, really.
You'll get there, honey.
Yeah.
You'll get back there. I mean, it's the situation is difficult mentally and emotionally. So
yeah. Like, I didn't ever think I would have to, I don't know, I just never thought that I would have to process this ever.
Right. Well, also, I mean, you've been looking over your shoulder for so long and worried about your mom and worried something was going to happen for so long that all of a sudden being free of that worry is kind of like a shock. It's like a culture shock. You don't know how to react to it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. And you should, I know it happens and I know it probably did happen, but feeling guilty because you feel relief is normal. Absolutely normal. And it does not
Yeah.
make you a bad person. A lot of people would be like, "Oh my God, you're horrible that you're relieved that somebody's gone." No, considering what you've gone through, it's not a bad thing to feel relief. I would be totally relieved. I mean, you know, I don't wish that on anybody, but I would still be relieved that I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Yeah.
So I'm letting you know I would feel that. I would feel that too. It's not that I'm normal, but
Right.
in the psychological world, it would be a normal reaction to it, you know. And then you feel guilty because society says that you shouldn't feel that way, but society's stupid. So
Right.
you do you, boo.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll get back to it.
Yeah. I
I
will.
love you.
I love you too.
Sending you love, Cafe.
Huh?
I'm sending you love, Cafe.
Oh, I love you too, Wendy.
All the way across the pond.
All the way across the pond.
It might be a little wet by the time it gets to you, but
Oh,
That's cute.
shush. Sure.
what's Toad doing?
What do you think he's doing?
Gaming.
Yeah.
My son was gaming last night.
Oh, you spoke to your son?
No,
I was gonna say, you talked to your son?
nope.
Oh.
I just listened to him game
Oh.
and talk about how they are apparently looking for another place to live because where they live sucks. But you know, he doesn't want to move too far away from work. I'm like, busted. And different things like that. So I'm like, okay. Apparently, his bed got delivered, and the UPS guy didn't want to deliver it, and fucking dropped it off at the post office or something, or said they would have to come pick it up because he ordered a mattress or bed or whatever online. It's like, if you have something like that, it doesn't matter how many floors you're going up, you need to deliver it. And my son lives on the 3rd floor, so apparently he has to figure out how to get the bed now.
Oh wow.
I'm like, huh.
Well,
Interesting.
that's one thing. That's called adulting.
So yeah, they left a little note. They didn't even try. I guess from what I can understand, I don't know. I don't get. I mean, I might not have been hearing him correctly, but he opened the door while the guy was there, and the guy still didn't bring the mattress up or something. And my son just told him not to worry about it, but then didn't think, how am I going to get? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on, but one way or the other, he was bitching that he didn't have his bed yet, and he should have had the guy fucking deliver it, and bring it up the stairs or whatever. I'm like, okay. I don't know. The kid doesn't make much sense when he talks. I don't. But he was talking about work, so I'm like, And he's supposed to be here today sometime. I left him a message and you know, to let me know what time he's going to be here because I have to go and unlock the door and everything. And so he hasn't answered me because he was gaming until like 3 o'clock, 2:30, and 3 o'clock in the morning. He's probably sleeping still. I won't hear from him until after 11 or 12. But if I ask him today when he gets here, I can guarantee if I'd be like, "So, did you find a job yet?" He's going to tell me no.
I'll be right back. I have to feed the cats.
Go feed the kitty catch.
Meow meow. Oh, it's been a rough few days, Kodi.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, casual. He always games because usually when he's working, when he does have a job, he usually works second or third shift. So he doesn't get home until after midnight, and then they'll game for like 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, and I used to have to deal with him gaming loudly when he got home from work when he lived here. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter that if I whether I was trying to sleep or not, he was screaming and cussing out his game because it's all about his world, you know.
I might eat and take a nap.
Well, yeah, I would definitely eat first, then nap because if you eat while you're napping, you might choke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my cats stopped eating with cat flu.
Well, they don't feel good.
I know. Little boy. A good cat. No, I'm not. They're doing a lot better than what there was, though.
Well, that's good. Once they feel all better and back up to par, they'll be back to shoveling food in their face.
Yeah. It's only one of them that stopped eating. So
Well, he proper kicked his ass.
he's lost some weight, hasn't
Yeah, he's proper kicked him. Kicked 10 bells of shit out of him.
he? Yeah. Oh, dear me. I'm
Hey,
so
Mandy,
tired.
are you tired?
Yeah. Because it's been rough.
ATG.
Hey, my angel. How are you?
Well, there goes the bullshit getting deep in here again.
How's my angel baby?
Mm-hmm. Well, the four-legged one is currently sleeping on my clean laundry.
Oh, my four-legged angel always comes first. Sorry, TG. I think I need to beat my pussy.
Y'all are silly.
Yeah. It's windy outside today.
It's gloomy here. Looks like it's gonna rain.
It seems cold outside. I haven't been outside, but it seems cold.
It is. Let's see. It's 54 here right now. It doesn't say anything about us having rain, but it is supposed to be cloudy today, tomorrow, and Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they have rain.
Ouch.
Yeah. We're supposed to get to almost 70 today, though. So even though it's cloudy, it's supposed to be warm. It works here.
I wish we had warm weather.
See, cloudy is good because cloudy, I can go out in my studio and I don't have to worry about the sun blinding me or beating down on the back of my head and overheating me. You know,
Have you made anything else?
maybe. I'm not telling.
Oh, okay.
It's a secret.
Okay.
I've got like three or four different projects going. I keep changing things on them because I can't make up my mind. I can't help it. 51% chance of rain where Bonnie is.
Hey.
Oop, there goes Kathy. Uh, yeah, just dragging today. I'm just ready to go back to sleep. Actually, tired. Or as my one of my daughters used to say, tie red.
Oh,
Yeah. Back when they were cute and adorable and still talk to me. Yeah, dumpster diving was fun yesterday. Although the audio was delayed or video was delayed, it wasn't matching up. And that drives me crazy, so I had to stop watching it. I woke up a half hour before I was supposed to go live. Yeah, Victoria found a dump so she could get in and out of. Yeah. The Wi-Fi over at that house is crazy. I mean, I don't know if it's because so many people are using it or if it's just because it sucks there, but it's a shame that their lives aren't smoother. They keep freezing and choppy, and Larry's picture yesterday was horrible, but he wasn't using the Wi-Fi at all. Are you using Wi-Fi? Well, I'm on the internet. Larry's so funny. Definitely not tech savvy. I'm not either. I would have been clueless too, but it was just funny the way he said it. You heard Dibble was in the box? Mm. I don't know. Dibble had to go because it's so loud over at the house that she can't hear us. Welcome back.
Hey y'all.
I'm back.
So she had to go because everybody is so loud over the volume is so loud over there that she couldn't hear the live. So
Right,
go.
I'm gonna go because I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna go take a nap.
All right, Wendy. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your nap.
I will.
Bye, Wendy.
Give Toad a hug for me and tell my favorite little Brit that I love her.
I will do. Bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
I had a heart issues this morning, so I'm kind of wiped out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I guess I was tossing and turning or moving around a lot, and with the congestive heart failure, if I'm too active or doing something repetitively, like moving back and forth, my lungs get full of crap, and I can't breathe, and I have to cough all that crap out, which Kathy knows, having had the bad cough she's had. You cough a lot in a row to the point where you're almost throwing up, and it wipes your body out. You are so tired when you were done coughing.
Yep.
And that was happening at like 2:30 this morning. So
Oh no.
yeah, I was just like, like. So I finally, and once I get all that crap out, though, I can breathe fine and I'm good. But yeah, every once in a while it happens, and so yeah.
I hope it doesn't come back soon.
It is very scary not being able to get the air into your lungs to be able to breathe.
For sure, yeah.
And trying to cough all that crap out of your lungs. It's like, what the hell? And the thing is congestive heart failure. So you would think that the fluid would be around your heart, right? And you're not going to cough that out of your body because it's not in your lungs, it's in your heart. But no, it affects my lungs. I'm like, okay. Human body is a very strange thing.
It is.
It is. So. Yeah. Maybe we deal with it, I mean, if I had been awake, I wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Because I know what happens. So I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen with me wheeling around in the wheelchair all over the other part of the house, because it is a repetitive motion. But maybe because I only the only time I have to strain like my chest muscles is when I'm going in and out to put the dog out, because I have to I had to push myself backwards through the doorway to get out of that little tiny space. What are you growling at? The Chihuahua is wandering around in the yard. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think that was a van. It's Victoria's van. TG. It's a minivan. Just looks huge because of the way the camera was. Victoria's a soccer mom. She has a minivan. Which also explains the bondage shirts. I want to know how come Victoria had so many people in her van for that challenge and everybody else was in like teams of 2. How did Victoria get so many people?
It was rigged. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Rigged.
They drew names or something like that. That was the plan anyway.
So, niet. Niet. Yeah, don't look at me like I owe you money. I said niet. I meant it. I gotta be careful saying niet. It's Russian, so I don't want my neighbors hear me talking Russian. They'll be like, "Hey." Oh. Because Victoria is special. Yeah, she's special, all right. No, I think you and Victoria are whole different kinds of special. They do look like they're having fun, though. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad they're having a good time. I'm jelly, but, you know.
I definitely think that your dumpster diving gig is safe, Kathy. I think that, I think your channel is safe from competition at this point.
I expected
TG.
to find more than that.
TG. Advertising stolen halos is a way to get caught. Stop it.
Hey, Scarlett.
Like those people that break into other people's houses and then show off all the stuff they got on Twitter or whatever. It's like, hey, look what I got. And the cops come knocking on their door going, yeah, we saw what you got. Thanks
People
for
do
confessing.
that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People have done that.
How dumb do you have to be?
Yep.
Wow. Here, let me go steal this stuff and then show it to everybody.
Yeah, I guess they figured the chances of anybody on their Facebook, but I mean, they have people in their hometown that are on their Facebook.
Right.
They shit in their own backyard, broke into a house in their own town, and then showed off different pieces of, jewelry or whatever that they had stolen, and people recognized it and be like, hey, didn't you say you were missing this? Well, here it is right here, right? And bada boom, then the cops were given the page, the page link, and they went and checked, and sure enough.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That should be on one of those World's Dumbest Criminals compilations.
I agree. You know what I hate are it drives me crazy, and I know they're true, is the people that commit crimes get injured during the crime and sue the person that they're committing the crime against, and they win.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
There was a guy that broke into a house through the garage, right? And he went to leave through the garage and he couldn't get out of the garage. So he tried to go back into the house, and the door had locked behind him. He couldn't get back in. So he was stuck in their garage. They were on vacation. They were gone for like a week. He ended up living on the dog food in the garage, and he ended up suing them because he couldn't get out of their garage, and he won like 20 grand. Yeah. I'm like, what? Even though there's a bag of loot that he had got, because he had a bag of stuff that he had stolen. So he was committing a crime. And I always thought the law was that you're not allowed to profit from a crime you're committing if you get caught. But yeah,
right.
there was another one who was stealing the hubcaps or something off of someone's car. And the person was in the car, and they ended up putting the car in reverse and running over his hand, broke his hand. He sued them. Anyone.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing that, I mean, for a while in this country, people were suing everybody over everything, and it all started with that lady in the fucking coffee from McDonald's.
Yes.
You know, I'm sorry. When you order hot coffee, do you expect it to be cold or something? It's
Well,
hot fucking, you know,
right.
it's hot fucking coffee. Of course, it's gonna burn you if you spill it. Don't spill it, stupid.
Well, sometimes I'm playing devil's advocate. Sometimes those lids are not on all the way, and if you squeeze that cup just right with a bunch of other crap in your hands you're trying to grab from them, it can pop that off and spill stuff all over you. Ask me how I know. It
Yeah,
wasn't coffee.
but still, you're ordering hot coffee. If something does happen, it's called an accident.
Right.
But she sued them because the coffee was so hot it burned her. Um,
She'd probably be one that sued him because the coffee was too cold.
right. So they actually had to change their. They have to change their food packaging now for anything that is something that's hot, that's heated. It has to say caution contents are hot.
Right.
You know, because you order something cooked and you expect it to be cold. I'm like, dumbing down of America scares me. It really does.
Right.
I mean, they put signs up in men's restrooms, public restrooms, that say, please don't eat the urinal cakes. Why do they need this sign?
Because of TikTok.
No, it was before TikTok. It was,
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it was like 20 years ago that I saw that. I'm like, what the? I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
You got to be really desperate if you want to eat one of those urinal cakes.
Yeah. Chainsaws had a warning on them. Do not use your genitals to operate.
What?
I'm like, who the hell is trying to use their dick to turn on a chainsaw? I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, the cautionary signage is amazing, and either they don't have much confidence in the human race, or there have been idiots that have done something that have injured themselves in some stupid way, and that's why
Yep.
those things are necessary.
Yep.
Which also scares me. I'm like, and I think most of them live in the South. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy, crazy world.
Yeah, it sure is.
Now we were told when we had our property in the woods, kind of in the boonies, and we put up the chain link fence, we were going to put, you know, the signs up that said "Beware of dog." We were told that we could actually be liable to be sued if we put those up, and I'm like, what? Isn't it supposed to be the opposite? You know, if you don't warn people that there are dogs in the yard and they come over the fence or come through the gate and they get bit, well, you didn't tell, you know, I didn't know there were dogs here, really, because you can't see that big, huge, you know, massive Great Dane come running at you.
Right.
But yeah, they said that it's considered premeditation or some crap. I'm like, what the fuck? So what we did is we just used like 4 leashes and wrapped them around. Hey, badass! Wrapped them around the gate so that nobody could open it. One, because Max kept opening the gate too, and put a sign on the gate that said "Come to back door." Because I'm sorry, if you're walking down my driveway and you can't see the 5 dogs that are looking and barking at you and basically telling you, go ahead, come in our yard, we'll eat you, we don't have a problem with that, then you're on your own. I'm sorry, you're stupid and you deserve to get eaten. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So,
good morning, Amy.
Yeah. So, but we were literally told not to put a sign on our fence. I was like, I have a sign to put on the fence, and he's like, what's that? I was like, the dogs can reach the fence in 1.2 seconds. How fast can you fucking run?
Beware of owner.
Oh, we had that one too. John got that one just for me.
Instead of beware of the dog.
Yep. John had one of those. Had one of those too. He tacked it to a tree coming down the driveway. Beware of owner. She's mean. Yeah. Well, I did have a neighbor that wanted to hunt on our property, and he was like, no. You know, because of course he goes to John to ask John, and John's like, no, that's not a good idea. And the guy was like, well, you know, you got a lot of deer over there. He's like, yep. He goes, and you can't shoot any of them because if my girl finds out, she will hurt you. And she will shoot you. And he's like, nah, she wouldn't do that. He goes, have you met her? He's like, I can guarantee she will fire back if you're out there shooting deer. And he goes, well, what if I set up a blind just outside the property? Because Chris will let me set one up on his property. And then he was, because you'll have to come onto our property to get whatever you shoot, and I guarantee you're not making it back to your house. Because I had signs out in the woods. I mean, on like every third tree, hunters will be shot. If that doesn't tell you not to hunt on my property, I don't know what does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually did start to set up a blind. It was a ground blind because he was after deer and turkey, not like, anything he needed to be in a tree for.
Right.
And although he wanted to set up a tree blind too, I was like, go ahead, I got a saw. And I went out there and I was just like, nope. He goes, I'm not on your property. I said, it's facing my property. I was like, you hit anything on my property, I guarantee you'll be hurting. I was like, do you have fire insurance? He was like, what? I'm like, don't fuck with me on my property. It's mine. My animals, my property, go away. The deer used to come and bed down in our backyard because it's like they knew it was safe there,
Right.
But yeah, I busted him out on Chris's property baiting because he was dropping apples and corn out there. Yeah, I called the wildlife people on him for that because you're not allowed to bait animals to shoot them.
Right.
I think he was also one of the people that was out there spotlight hunting too, which is also illegal.
Yep.
And he did not need to hunt for food. They had a very nice mobile home. It was one of those like deluxe 4 or 5 bedroom mobile homes, and they had really nice cars and all that. They did not need to hunt for food. He just liked to kill shit. I was like, look, you psycho. So, I mean, hunting is big here in the South. It was very difficult for me. It's hard for me to walk when I walked Walmart all day long because I would hear people talking about hunting things, and it bothered me. Because I don't see the need to kill things unless, you're starving and you need to feed your family or something.
Right.
And these people are like, oh, it's a deer season. I got to go get me one. Why? And then, oh, the deer need to be culled back. Well, if you motherfuckers hadn't killed all the predators that kept the deer population down, then they wouldn't need to die, would they? They'd be serving the planet and keeping our ecosystem going. But no. Yeah, I could go on all day about that. Maybe I do have something to rant about.
Really? Right?
I watched the old movie Day of the Animals the other day.
Never heard of it.
Really? I love that movie. Remember when we had the big ozone scare and everybody was like, oh, stop using hairspray. We're killing our ozone layer.
Yeah.
Well, this movie was kind of based on that, what could happen. And it takes place up in the mountains, and this group is going out on a hike up into the mountains to a certain location, and then they come back down. But there's ozone layer warnings, and it's the first one that's ever gone out, and they're saying anybody over like 5,000 feet needs to come down, and they need to evacuate all the towns that are in the area, and they don't know how it's going to affect wildlife. Well, basically, the animals organize, and there's like this eagle that's in charge of it all. See, Wes is dangerous, and and it's like telling these animals to attack the people and shit, and it does affect one guy in the group who I guess is a little closer to his primitive brain. The ozone, the problem with the radiation coming through the ozone actually affected him, and he turned into Mr. Big Macho, you keep what you kill type of shit. And he killed one of the other campers and tried to be like, you belong to me now, to the guy's girlfriend. Yeah. And then he gets killed by a bear. I was like, see, that's what you get. I was like, go bear, because of course I'm going to root for the bear. Hello. Right. Leslie Nielsen played the guy that got killed by the bear. And it's really weird because everybody thinks of Leslie Nielsen as a comedian, like in Airplane and things like that.
Yeah.
But he did at a certain point in his career do really serious roles, that were not comedic at all. And he played this seriously racist, obnoxious guy in this movie. But it's it's an interesting movie to see what humans would do if animals all of a sudden took over. If they decided to become, you know, on the attack type of thing. Because we fuck up our environment. Planet decides to take over using, you know, the weapons it has at hands, which usually have claws and really sharp teeth. Unfortunately, at the end, most of the animals were dead. They died from the radiation exposure, but not all of them. That eagle was still going, man.
Can you hear that, Kodi?
No.
Okay. My neighbor and his friend, he came over on his motorcycle and they're getting ready to go for a ride, I guess. But their bikes are loud. I didn't want to annoy anybody.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Sorry
No problem.
to interrupt.
Look who it is. It's the birthday boy.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning, Papa J. Happy
Sorry.
belated birthday.
Thank you. Sorry I've been absent so long, just going through some changes here.
I have missed you coming to my shows. Well, my lives. They're not really shows.
Oh, I think he's selling it. I'm sorry.
But that is a Ian Stokes picture on Papa J. Papa J's avatar is done by Ian Stokes.
Yep.
I love Ian Stokes' art.
Oh, yeah. Love her art. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it is. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw some of it on Amazon on one of those things that people can like make their own merchandise and send it in. It was like Studio 99 or something. They all sell under that label. And
Yeah.
somebody had copyrighted her stuff and put it on a tapestry and cups and things. I'm like, oh, somebody gonna get in big trouble.
Oh, yeah. Big trouble.
Because her work is so recognizable to the people that follow it that, like, I recognized it. I just didn't know who the hell to report it to because, nope. She works hard on her art.
Mm-hmm. Send her a message on Facebook or something and say, hey, look what I found.
She's got some, that was years ago, though. She's got some incense burners that I want that have her dragons on them. I don't know if they're in mass production yet or not. I haven't checked on it because, of course, I can't afford it. But one of them is a cauldron, and the cauldron has a pentacle on it, and there's a dragon kind of hovering over the top of the cauldron.
Yeah.
And the smoke all comes up through all the bubbles in the cauldron underneath the dragon. Is so cool.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God, I need these in my life. But she had started having one guy make them, and he started changing her dragons. He was changing the designs, and she ended up canceling the whole thing with him and had to find somebody else to do them because she's like, no, you do it exact to my specifications. It's my art. My name goes on it.
Right.
And this guy decided he was going to have artistic license with the items, and she's like, no, you're done. She don't play. I enter her giveaways all the time. I really want an Ian Stokes tarot deck with her artwork on it. But they're like $60, so 60 or 75, I can't remember which.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Very cool.
Anyway, still trying to wake up here.
Yeah, me too. And I've been up since 9.
I've been up about 15 minutes, maybe.
Well, wake up, you sleepyhead. Dog, stop growling. You can't get to them. They don't care. They don't see you. They don't even know you're there.
Kathy, you got awfully quiet when I came in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. It has nothing to do with you.
Sure.
No, I had some stuff on my mind, and I was just looking something up.
Okay.
Sorry. put my things in.
Otherwise, you doing okay, Papa J?
Huh?
You doing okay with like your heart and everything?
Oh yeah,
That's good.
heart's still working good. Plumbing's been giving me some problems, but
Mm. Here they go. Yep.
dang,
And they're off.
sound like you're at the racetrack.
Yep, that's the highway next to my house.
Dang. I'd expect to hear something like that out of the Circuit of the Americas racetrack here in town.
Like NASCAR when they have the track cam and it's like down on the ground and all you can hear is the tires and the engines going by.
You're right.
Right.
I always muted my TV whenever that came on. Don't be like, hey, turn that up. No. I don't
Thank
want to
you.
hear that.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Here, your
I told him I-
news. What's your news, Kathy? Did I miss something?
Huh?
What's your news, Kathy? Did I miss something?
Oh, yeah, my ex-husband passed away from
Oh.
COVID
Wow.
on February 10th, and I found out about it on Monday.
Jeez. Sorry about that.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
But other than that, so far she's also been pregnant and she's going into space with Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
All right. If you're going to space with Elon Musk, that means you'll be down in Austin. So come on down, come over and visit me on your way.
Now, if you were smart, you'd wait until you get to space with Elon Musk, then get pregnant, because then you can get him for child support, and that's a big chunk of change.
Right.
See how that works?
You
I
should
got
see
your back,
the,
Kathy.
I'll
you
pack
should
a
see the
paper bag
size
with
of the,
me.
you
Right?
should see the size of the factories he's building here in Austin. Man,
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah, I heard about all the building he's doing down there.
What are the factories for?
His new electric truck, and then now he's building a second factory for something else. I can't remember what it was. I think for his Powerwall batteries, I think.
Yeah, for charging the electric cars and trucks, I guess.
Yeah. But he's actually bought a mansion here and living here in Austin now, and so.
Wow.
Morning, Ted.
Hey, Ted. Bye, Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ted. Bye, Ted.
And so it goes.
Bummer.
Well, you know, if Mr. Musk wants to adopt anybody, I'm willing to volunteer for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could just, you know, build me a custom house so that I can get around and do everything I need to do from the wheelchair, and or robo leg. That would be good. New knees. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
Right?
Yeah, they've got robo legs now.
Yeah, I can't afford those. Only the rich can afford those. Besides, then I'd be surrounded by small little children going, "Can you do the Can you transform them? What do they turn into?"
Right.
John actually looked into those when he couldn't walk, and you know the ligaments in his legs he got atrophy in his legs, and
Yeah.
he actually looked up those robo legs, and we both came to the conclusion that, well, it looks like you're in the wheelchair for a long time because we can't afford that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have no idea who would be able to afford them.
Rich
You know, insurance ain't going to pay that kind of money.
Nope. Very, very rich people. TG has actually behaved herself remarkably well today so far.
Wow.
Yeah. Aside from showing off stolen halos and lying about being an angel, she's been really good.
Till you say something about it, now she's going to start acting up.
Mm. Yeah. And she'll get put in the corner too. She knows it. My son still has not answered me. I'm going to be waiting forever. And then he's going to be like on the way and then at the door. And I'm like because usually when he does on the way, he's like already halfway here.
Right.
Like, thanks. That gave me enough time to move half an inch on the bed before you're knocking on the damn door.
A little more warning would be nice.
And he has no patience. He'll knock on the door and I'll yell, and I know he can hear me. I'll yell to him, yeah, give me a minute. And 30 seconds later, he's banging on the door again. It's very annoying. I like, stop banging on the damn door. I know you heard me. And he'll continue to do it until I get up there and open the damn door. And I'm like, stop it! Well, hurry up. Fuck you. Here, let me tie one of your feet to your fucking head, and we'll see how fast you move.
Right. Hmm.
You're a good girl. Liar. Liar. So Jay, are you moderating for Mr. Jim tonight?
Of course.
Yay. Just checking. I know Ronna filled in for you the other night for a little while, so.
Yeah, that was part of my plumbing problem. I had to
I understand.
was having to wait for my nurse to arrive to fix me up, and then once she did, I got on. But what I should have done instead of hopping on and taking over halfway through was should have laid my ass down and rested, because I paid the price for not doing that. But now I'm all good, so
good. I'm glad.
I forgot that after this procedure, you have to lay down for several hours, let everything even out.
Yep, I get it. I got you. Yep.
Or your body will not be happy with you.
Well, I'm glad you're all situated now and you're better. That's a good thing.
Yeah, me too.
I am going to be crying. I am almost out of potato chips, so.
I was thinking I was going to be spending my birthday in the hospital once again. It's like
that would suck.
Well, I've done that. Like 3 of my birthdays have been spent in the hospital. So it's just another thing for me.
Yeah, when I had to get my amputation and everything, they were like, well, we can schedule it, but it has to be in the month of January. I was like, or it has to be between like now and the end of January. I was like, well, I'm not going to be in the hospital for my birthday, so it has to be before January 22nd. I have to be out of the hospital by then. Yeah. And I'm not going to be in the hospital for Christmas, so it has to be after that. Wow. So they ended up scheduling it for January 10th. So
I had to be cool with mine because they were all necessary.
Well, I had a little bit of leeway, but not a lot, because the infection was spreading up the bone. So the longer I waited, the more of my leg I would have lost. Yeah, Bonnie, it definitely would suck being in the hospital on your birthday. That would suck.
Not only being in the hospital for my birthday, but nobody coming to visit me. On
Yeah.
top of it.
And they have me. They still have me listed as being diabetic or borderline diabetic or whatever. So I have to do this special diet, and I have high blood pressure, so I have like no salt, no sugar in my food. So I wouldn't even be able to have birthday cake. Fuck that. No. So. I'm a greedy fat bitch. I want my cake, damn it.
My birthday cake yesterday was a banana bread from AKA Bread Co.
Nice.
And I pulled up my Favor app and ordered me a 6 filet catfish basket from Shoal Creek Saloon. Man, they got it here so fast. It's like they just took it out of the fryer. I mean, it was super fresh and hot.
Nice. Oh, Bonnie, that sucks. Flowers are good. I didn't get any flowers when I was in the hospital. Not any of the 3 times. Oh no, I did. I did get one. My mom brought me some flowers. I still have the base from that. And that was the first time when I was in for the congestive heart failure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I did not like being in the hospital at all. I don't like it. And right now, it would be doubly bad because there'd be nobody to take care of my animals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, TG, that's gross. TG eats some weird shit.
W sauce on French fries. Just straight W sauce.
Don't you guys call it brown sauce over there in the UK? It's basically the same thing
Yeah.
as like A1 steak sauce. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing.
No, I usually mix a little Worcestershire in my ketchup to dip my fries in.
I know what the French fries are called, chips over there at TG. I know that. I was talking about the sauce. Is that the same stuff that you guys call brown sauce? Crisps are potato chips. Stop trying to confuse the Americans, TG.
Right.
Yeah, Bonnie, I have nobody that would take care of my animals. My animals would end up starving to death. It's one of the reasons, because Dibble was going to try and come get me to go to the meetup, but I have absolutely nobody that would come here twice a day to feed the dog and put her outside and to make sure the cats had food, things like that. You're eating potato chips, so you're eating crisps with Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. What the hell is wrong with you, girl? Kathy Bonnie said she's getting her pork rinds today.
Ooh. That's something I haven't had in a long time.
Sorry, I was helping my mom.
Bonnie, I don't really know if I trust my neighbors running around in here with precious metals and gemstones and things. You know what I'm saying? Because if one neighbor knows that I'm not here, and they're coming in here, they'll all be in here. I don't like people in my house.
You have to get a safe to lock everything up in.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'd have to have a safe the size of a bank vault for all the stuff that I have that would have to go in there. And the cat food is put down in my room. They cannot go in the other part of the house because they'll get into everything. And the dog can't be in here while the cat's food is down because she'll eat it. And she doesn't stay out in the other part of the house. There's no place for her to lay down. She doesn't like to lay down on a hardwood floor. She's a little princess. So, yeah, that wouldn't work. Besides that, anytime I leave Simi with anybody that's not my son or John, she got hurt every single fucking time. So nope.
Damn. Can't have that happening.
And right now, I wouldn't trust my son to get over here because I mean he just stopped showing up before and didn't even say a word to me when he was supposed to be coming over here to put the animals out. Which is why I end up having to clean my floor 4 times a day in 2 different rooms because I couldn't get the dogs out. But let's not get started on that train wreck.
Right.
So, as it is now, he's just going to keep lying to me about being employed, I guess.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to put birthday cake flavoring in coffee.
No, it does not.
Yeah, I thought I might keep one of these bottles and try it. And I don't think so. It's pink. It's weird.
Yeah, Bonnie, it would have. But, you know, doing the video call with Dibble, I don't know if I would have been able to handle all the volume noise level. My brain can't compute and it ends up short circuiting. And I'm just like, ah, and I get a really bad headache. Yeah, that would be Kathy. Kathy's outside.
Mm-hmm.
Free birds.
Do you hear my birds?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, right, Hotness. Birthday cake coffee. No, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going way too far.
The other one is cookie dough, and that doesn't sound good to me in coffee either.
No. Cookies
Now,
and
hot
coffee,
chocolate,
cake
maybe.
and coffee, but not together.
Right.
Hot chocolate maybe with the cookie dough because then it would be chocolate cookie dough. That might be all right, but
Yeah, that's a good idea.
not coffee. Then again, I don't drink coffee. Coffee's nasty, so
That's true. I forgot you don't like coffee. That you don't drink it.
I do like mocha cake though.
Oh, yeah, right.
But it's chocolate mocha cake. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Hotness said that sounds nasty, and she loves flavored coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the cinnamon kind of flavors, and I don't know. I can't think of the other one. Wawa has my favorite. Oh, blueberry cobbler is my absolute favorite from Wawa. I know you don't have Wawa there, but
Nope.
it's really good, and they only offer it in the fall. I think it's fall, maybe summer. I just know I'm all over it when it comes out.
Store sees you're coming and they have it ready for you, right?
Right? Yeah. Feeling overwhelmed today.
I don't know. The other day, I felt totally underwhelmed. I don't know. I was dislocated from pretty much everything. Like I just flatlined. My emotions were just, and I could not. I mean, I forced myself to get out of bed to take care of the dog, but I didn't even make myself anything to eat. I wasn't hungry. I didn't want to be awake. I just kind of laid here, like blah. I was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how it feels for me.
And Hotness said cinnamon or caramel are her way to go, or her go-to.
Yeah. I like those kind too.
Yes, TG, we know you don't have Wawa there. It's a crazy American thing. Yeah, it's not everywhere in America. It's only in certain places. Hey, Iris.
Hey, Iris.
Hi, Iris.
And it's weird because it skips states because there's no Wawa in South Carolina as far as I know, unless there's one over on the beach. But Kathy's got one where she is, and then you go down a few states, and then there's some in Florida. So it's a gas. A Wawa is a gas station, like a convenience store gas station.
It's kind of like a a downsized Buc-ee's in a way. I've never been to Buc-ee's, but from what I've seen, it's similar, not as huge, but
yeah. I mean, we have gas stations here that are basically small supermarkets, you know,
Right.
and
Right.
they have them that they prepare food and stuff. You like there's a place at the corner not too far from me that has the most amazing chicken fingers and potato wedges. They're absolutely delicious, but yeah.
Yeah, there's one on every corner where I live. But I think that's because it started here. It used to not have gas at all. It used to just be a convenience store.
I don't even remember what the gas stations are at the corner because there's two different ones, and then there's a Burger King and
Yeah, the big ones around here are Wawa and Turkey Hill. And there's a few of those speed. There's another one that I start with speed something or has speed in it. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
you can tell I don't ever go there. So. Oh, Sheets. Sheets. That's what it's called. SHEETZ.
I'll tell you, looking at the map of my area, we have a hell of a lot of stop minutes. There's a lot of stop minutes.
It is interesting how we all have. I mean, I've lived in different areas of the country. So, like up in Wisconsin, we had the Quick Trip, Casey's. There was another big one too, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, nobody's ever heard of that around here.
Hmm.
Sometimes these packages just aren't worth cleaning. It's easier just to open it up and dump the stuff into a different bag.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that with this.
BPs, shells, stop minutes is what we mostly have here, which is weird because the BPs went out of business a while back. So I don't know if they're back or they're just still labeled that way. It's funny because I had put in gas stations near me, right? And it
Yeah.
gives me Main Street way far away from me. I'm like, what the? That's not where I live. What the hell? I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh, I just opened this bag of Hubba Bubba bubble gum. And
Yeah.
all I smell is bubble gum. It's weird.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'd be a good air fragrance in the car.
I love the smell of bubblegum.
Me too. I'm in heaven right now. Whoa.
Okay, I seriously can't even find where I live on this map.
That's not good.
I know, right? Oh, look, there's Abbeville County landfill. I don't live in Abbeville. I'm like, what the hell am I in Abbeville? What the hell? Ah. Okay, I hate laptops. I really do.
I just hate donating stuff out of its original package, though. I think I'll just drop those off at the church.
Ooh, I found it. Okay. So one of them is a Stop a Minute, and the other is Piedmont Natural Gas. I don't know why there's a natural gas there. Oh, Sphinx. Okay, so we got a Stop a Minute and it's Sphinx. I think Sphinx is the one that has the really good chicken. And yes, I did all that just to find the name of the place that had the good chicken. The things I go through. No, I don't live in a landfill. No, although the entire town could be considered one. No, Sphinx, not Spanx. Ugh, girl. Sphinx. With an I and an X. Ugh.
Oh, me.
Yeah, one of those places is where Issa used to go every single day and get one of those giant slushies. The ices. Every
Yeah.
single day. And they're like $4.
Yeah.
I'm like, we couldn't put food in the house, but she's buying ices every day. I'm like, okay. Either that or she'd go get her coffee at either Dunkin's or at Krispy Kreme and get her donuts. And I'm like, as long as you're having a good time, girl.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about people that go to Starbucks spending all that exorbitant amount on coffee.
No. Yeah, well, the Krispy Kremes are expensive. No, Iris, it's not. It doesn't have the H in it. It's just Spinx, Sphinx. Otherwise, it would be Sphinx. Yeah, no, just Sphinx. Welcome to South Carolina.
Right. So, Kathy, I never have gotten around to sending you my information so I can get some goodies.
Well, send it.
Dumpster goodies.
I need to. Because, man, my favorite cashews and pistachios have gotten so expensive here, I can't even afford them anymore.
Oh yeah, you should send me your information because my mom can't eat the cashews anymore. I'm deadly allergic to those, but she can't eat them anymore.
Oh, I love those
So
things.
when I find them, I can send them to you.
Cool.
TG, I've seen street names in the UK. Okay, don't say Americans have weird place names. I've seen some of the street names that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I'm concerned, paying $10 for a cup of coffee isn't necessary to anybody, no matter how much money they have. Even if I had money to get something at Starbucks, because they do have like hot chocolate and stuff too, I would not buy it. Just on principle alone, I would not get it.
Well,
No, when
I'm guilty of going to Starbucks, but I don't go very often, and I have one favorite thing, and I can't get it anywhere else like that. So
Yeah.
I will go on days where they have the buy one get one free, and then I collect the stars so that I can get my grocery store, which is where my Starbucks is at. They offer if you spend or if you buy 6 or something or 5 of them, the next one's free. So I do that just for one particular.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see like some people will get a certain meal. Like for me, it was always Chinese food. Chinese food was my treat for myself,
Right.
So I can see if you're going to get a treat for yourself and Starbucks is your treat, then yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah,
I just can't see people who, I mean, it's their money. It's up to them. But paying that much for a cup of coffee is ridiculous.
every
on a daily
single
basis.
day. Every single day. Yeah, I don't.
When Starbucks first came out and the news of this really expensive coffee shop, blah blah blah, and people are flocking to it, I'm like, why? Because of course I don't drink coffee anyway. So for me, it was just I don't understand why anybody wants to drink that stuff in the first place. But hey, everybody has their own thing. You know what I mean? But I couldn't. I mean, it boggled my mind that people would be, and that was when it was only like $3 or $4 for a cup of coffee. And I say only, but
Right.
back then when you would go to a gas station and pay like 50 cents.
Right.
or make it at home for less than that, and people are paying $3 or $4. I was like, why would anyone pay $3 or $4 for a cup of coffee? And
Convenience.
then it just kept going up. It's not convenient when you got to stand in line for an hour to get your coffee.
That's true.
Right.
Or you can just order ahead on the app and it's ready when you get there.
Yeah, but back then they didn't have apps because they didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
There was a time before cell phones, believe it or not.
No,
Yep.
I know. I mean, I was there, but you forget about that,
Yeah, I remember the days of a drawer underneath the phone that was attached to the wall with a cord, and you had a drawer underneath the phone that held all your menus to order
Mhm.
from.
Yep.
And then you turn the dial instead of pressing buttons.
Yep.
And then if you messed up, you had to wait a second and then start all over again.
Right.
Mhm.
Stuck your
Rotary
finger in
dial
the
would
hole.
rotary dial phones would so confuse kids today.
Oh, wouldn't it though?
They'd just be sitting there looking at it like, what do I do with this? Yeah.
Yeah, because most don't even know about home phones. Nobody has them anymore for the most part.
Yeah, like Ira said, back then a cell phone was the phone you used to make your call from jail.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And I remember when it was the biggest thing when you could get that really long curly cord so you could move around more. It's more convenient. You could move farther away from your phone. And we used to all get tangled in it as a kid because your mom would be walking around and she'd totally not be paying attention to you. The next thing you know, you're like mummified by phone cord.
Or after a dozen calls, it got so tangled and twisted it wouldn't even work anymore.
Yep. You had to hold your head. You had to hold your head against the wall in order to talk on the phone. Then the huge thing was cordless phones. That was the next biggest thing was the cordless phones was a huge thing. Komodo dragon. I wouldn't want anything in my mouth that was named after a lizard that could give you a bacterial infection that will kill you. I don't know. It seems a little dicey there. They're gorgeous animals. I mean, they're definitely dinosaurs, but no. TG, yeah, back in Larry days. Hey, they didn't have cell phones back in my day either. Yeah, the cell phones used to die mid-call. What really pissed off my dad is that when I started talking on my CB and he'd be on the cordless phone, he could hear me over the phone. He could hear me over the phone. It would come right through.
Right.
Or over the TV. It would come through over the TV because that was before cable.
Yeah, especially the CB I used to have, I had a 1,000-watt linear on it. I came through everybody's TVs in the neighborhood.
I had a Cobra 19 in my car, but I also had an Echo mic, so I could mess with it, and I'd be like, "This is God." Like opening the doors, looking around, like, "What the hell?" It was so funny. Yeah, I messed with people in my neighborhood. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I've watched. It's funny because if you watch some of the old shows that they have a lot of, they have multiple seasons of, you can actually see the evolution of phones. Like Murder She Wrote, season 1, there's payphones and the phone sitting on the table with the rotary and the cord. And as you progress, you go through, to cordless, to cell phones when you had to carry them on in a bag because they were so big, to the little small, and then it escalates all the way up to a more, not the smartphones, but because the series ended before there were smartphones. But it's really cool if you just watch the evolution of the cell phone throughout the series. It's really cool. I can't remember what my base station was. It wasn't anything fancy. I was trying to get I was trying so hard to get this from the guy too, and he wouldn't sell it to me. Oh, what the hell? It was some kind of space name, like a planet name or something, but it was gorgeous, and he had an echo mic with it and everything.
Sounded like I can't think.
I know. I'm like, oh my god.
Well,
Mark?
the dream base station I wanted was a Browning Golden Eagle.
Oh, my uncle had one of those.
I wanted one of those so bad.
My uncle started talking on the CB when you use tubes.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Yep. Saturn. Yes, Saturn. That was it. I knew it was a planet name. He had a Saturn galaxy or some kind of Saturn base
Oh,
station.
Galaxy. Yeah, the Galaxy line. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
absolutely right. Galaxy Saturn. Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous, and I wanted this CB so bad. And I'm like, sell it to me, and he wouldn't give it to me. He would not do it, and I was so sad.
Well, my first base station that I had was just a little it was a Sears Road Talker.
Yeah.
But it was built into a base station box, and I could talk all over the country on sideband with that without any amplification.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he never would sell it to me though. I was very upset about that.
I even got a 40-mile contact on a walkie-talkie sitting on my front porch one time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
The very first 23 channel walkie-talkie that Radio Shack came out with. I bought that baby and I set up my front porch and talked to somebody 40 miles away.
Yeah, we used to, in Lowell, Mass, our local channel, we used 22 for a local channel because 19, of course, was the truckers. 9 was emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So we used 22. But every single day between 1 and like 2:30, we would have to, nobody could really talk on it. We have to go to an alternate channel because the French truckers would come through.
Yeah.
And 22 in Canada is their trucker channel. So we would, at first we were like, what the hell, and we're like, get off this channel, it's our local channel. And they told us, in Canada, that's their trucking channel, like 19 is for American. And I was like, oh. So we all just decided, I was like, look, between these hours, we'll go to like 25 or something, So
Yeah.
we used to switch channels for an hour and a half or so. But it was kind of cool to learn that they have, because you don't think about that going into a different country. What's their, local travel channel, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, and over in Europe too, what's CB over in Europe is just totally different channels from what you have here.
Yeah. Yep.
Different frequencies.
I'll tell you, those were some angry French truck drivers. They were like, blah, blah, blah. Nobody could understand them. I'm like, calm the fuck down. We can't understand you. Because they thought that we intruded on their channel, and we had to explain it to them that it's our local channel. And we eventually worked it out, but we had some really blustery CBers and, massholes. I don't know. And they were stuck in masshole mode all the time. So I had to calm them down and work things out. And we finally got it all straightened out. I was like, you know what? They're transporting goods and services and things, so shut the fuck up and let them through. So that they don't have to go through switching channels and all that shit. Just let them go through. So we did. Because I really hate assholery, Yeah, I was into the CB big time up in Mass, but down here no, because I saw the people that were running around with antennas on their cars, and I'm like, nope, I'm good, thanks, pass. I am all set with being a part of the hey y'all watch this crew. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. I was all set with that. So I never did get involved with the CB down here. But I had a lot of fun with it when I was up in Mass because I started talking on the CB when I was about 9 years old. I started talking on my uncle's unit that he had down in his basement. He actually was prescribed a CB by his doctor.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, my uncle, when he was younger, had a stuttering problem, and it was driving him crazy. It was really bothering him. And when he was a kid, he got made fun of a lot. And as an adult in business, he was trying to run his own business. It was hard to communicate with the stutter. And
Yeah.
he was just starting out. And his doctor told him, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go get a CB, put up an antenna, get a CB, and you can talk to people. They can't see you, so there's nobody looking at you.
Right.
So you'll be more comfortable talking to them because they can't see you and you can't see them. And it'd be like talking to yourself, because my uncle never stuttered if he talked to himself. So he did. He went and he got a unit and set up a room downstairs and started talking on the CB, and found out there was a guy not too far from him. They were the first two people in Carlisle, Massachusetts to have CBs. So they talked to each other all the time. But yeah, my uncle was industrious, man. He was like, okay, this is cool, but I want to talk to people outside the area. He went and got this huge ass antenna and put it 40 feet up in a fucking tree. I'm surprised low-flying planes did not hit this antenna.
Holy moly.
And he ran a cable all the way, ran the antenna cable all the way to the house, and he was talking to people all over the country with that damn thing.
Yep.
And it worked. It worked with his stutter. I mean, he just, he was able to communicate easier. And by the time I was old enough to have cognitive memory of him talking, he didn't stutter at all. I think I remember him stuttering over a couple of words like P's, like the letter P and the letter C. And other than that, and within a year or so, he had no problem with that. So yeah, his doctor actually prescribed him a CB radio as a therapy tool.
Awesome that it helped.
Yeah, and it worked, which is fantastic.
That would help with people that are afraid to get up on stage and make a speech in front of people too.
Yep.
If you can do it without the fear of them looking at you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it did not help me with having to get in front of people to talk, because I could still see them and they were making fun of me while I was doing it in school. Now, as adults, I could give a fuck, but as a kid, the teacher's sitting in the back of the room. She's not seeing what the people in front of her are doing that are facing me, and it was not pretty.
I actually kept the last carnival I ran with. I kept the show from getting lost twice because every vehicle had a CB in it.
Okay.
Boss asked me to make a map from where I hooked up with the show to the next spot, which I did. Only they missed the turn, so I had to navigate. So I had to navigate the whole show to the next spot. It was no big deal. It was only going from Fallon to Fernley, couple-hour trip. But the whole show, that show traveled in convoy. The boss didn't want anybody getting lost, and it was all his equipment.
Yeah. CBs are a very handy thing to have, especially if you're traveling.
Summer at 16, we crossed the country, and one of the truckers that was keeping an eye on us, he was driving those two big, huge UPS trucks. The ones that are so big you can't put them on a semi-truck.
Okay.
He was driving one and pulling the other one. And there was this one rest stop that we actually met up and started talking at. And it's like, we'd be traveling along. He'd pass us. We were notable because of how overloaded our trailer was.
Hey, Bobby. Good morning. Yeah.
And how that
Good morning, Bobby.
how the hitch sunk so bad, and we couldn't go more than 45 miles an hour. So he'd pass us, stop and eat, fuel up, whatever, and then we'd go by while he's doing his thing. Then he'd get back on the highway and pass us again. And for like 4 days, we'd leapfrog like that till we actually caught up with each other in just before we got to Wyoming. And he ended up buying us breakfast in Laramie, a tank of gas in Cheyenne, and when we had our blowout in Point of Rocks the next day, he was actually calling back on the CB asking if we were okay because he hadn't seen us.
Cool.
Because he had to get he would have stayed with us, but he had to get his trucks delivered. He had a deadline.
I had 2 different truckers attack me, and other truckers saved me. So I guess it evened out in the end, but it was kind of scary. Well, the one trucker that attacked me, I saved myself, but the other one was at a rest area, and all the other truckers pulled him off me and beat the crap out of him, rolled him into his truck, pulled his truck down to the end of the rest area onto the side of the road, and left him there. Fucker. I broke my mic, too, on his face. Well, I was talking at the time, and he just opened the driver's side door and jumped on me. I'm like, whack! You know, it was instinct to hit him, so yeah. Smashed the shit out of my mic, though. One of the other truck drivers had a spare mic, though. He gave it to me. But if I hadn't been keyed up when he did it, they wouldn't have known what was going on, and they wouldn't have been able to help. It was a Cisco driver, and he blocked me in because I was between the curb, and there was an 18-wheeler in front of me, and he pulled up right next to me and blocked me in with his rig. Just came over and opened my door and jumped on me. I'm like, what the fuck? And bam! You know? The next thing I know, there's 12 truckers pulling him off me and just beating the piss out of him on the side of the road. I was like, holy shit. Yep. Asshole. So that's why I say one out of 13 truck drivers are assholes, because there were 12 truckers that helped me compared to the one that was trying to do me bodily harm.
Last time I tried hitchhiking, I was stuck in Bakersfield and I needed to get to Reno. And
I have never hitchhiked in my life. That is one of the stupidest things anyone can do.
When used to be, truck drivers would pick you up and take you. But with the insurance and stuff and company rules, and truckers can't take people anymore. At least, no, the last time I hitchhiked was 2009. And I ended up stuck in this one truck stop for like 3 days because I couldn't get a ride out. This one trucker took me from Bakersfield to that truck stop where he has something going on with his rig, so he couldn't go to Reno. He was going somewhere else instead. And that's how I got anywhere, was truckers. The guy who took me from that truck stop to Reno had a really strong sense of smell. I'd bathed the day before, but that morning he's like, "You need to take a shower." And I said, "I did this morning." When he left me at the Petro in Reno.
Huh. Well, I don't know. Hitchhiking is stupid and dangerous.
This day and age, hitchhiking is not something you really want to do.
Hitchhiking has been stupid and dangerous and not something you should be doing since the early 70s.
Though I had a hitchhiker save my life one time. I blacked out at the wheel and he grabbed my steering wheel and kept me from going down an embankment. I
think so, Bonnie.
Then there was a guy I picked up and threw in the back of my pickup truck and took to Wells with me from Wendover. He told me I made his trip. He was from Canada and bicycling across the United States. And
Not if he's getting in a truck, he's not.
No. I was driving a pickup. He was riding a bicycle, had a bicycle trailer on the back. He was bicycling across the United States. And nobody would help him. He actually got thrown just before I picked him up. He got thrown out of the town I lived in because he was rolling out his sleeping bag on the grass at the Chevron on the corner.
Yeah, welcome to America. You can't just sleep wherever you want.
And I guess they figured he was sleeping, but he was trying to dry out his sleeping bag. So I took him to. I seen him pushing his bike up the hill when I was headed to Wells. I pulled over and picked him up, and I said, "Get in the back." He says, "Okay." Then I dropped him off at the casino, at the first casino I came to in Wells, where I was dropping off my other passenger, and he told me I made his trip, that he was bicycling.
Well, you're lucky that you've survived this long doing that.
Right.
The guy with the bicycle was in the back of the pickup, in the bed, and there was no connection between. I had a solid back window.
But it was a window.
Yeah.
You know, glass is breakable, right? No, I have had people help me before when my when my car broke down or whatever, not too far from where I worked, which was 45 minutes away from my house. I had a very nice man stop and take me back to Walmart. He told me that he worries about his wife because his wife works about half an hour away from where they live, and that if his wife's car broke down, he would hope that someone would help her. And I had no choice. I couldn't stay where I was, so I was like, well, if I die, I die. And he did give me a ride back to Walmart so I could call my mom and have her bring John up to try and fix the car. Turned out it was the alternator. There was no fix. There was no fixing the car. Alternator was dead. I'm like, shit.
That's always fun when the alternator goes out.
So, yeah. But yeah, I got in a big rig once, so I'll never do it again. That was one of the rapes that I went through, was in a big rig. Again, another Cisco driver. Something about those Cisco drivers, they do not like me. I do not know why, or they like me too much. One or the other, I don't know. But two different Cisco drivers. So, yep. I did help someone once in Lowell. I had no idea who she was, but when you see a woman who's running, obviously pregnant, away from someone who's trying to run her over with a car, I felt compelled to let her in my car. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
He's like, oh, he's trying to kill me. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell?
But then they chase you and try to run you off the road.
Yeah, he did. He chased me all over Lowell, Massachusetts. He chased me all over the place. And I finally got to the kid's grandparents' house because there was like a lot of property next to it where there was no buildings. So I pull in there. They used to park their cars there, you know. So I pull in there and I'm facing out, and he pulls in, and he gets out of the car and he's banging on the hood of my car. And he's like, get out of the car, bitch. And she's like, oh my God, he's going to kill me. I was like, move. And he's like, fuck you. I'll kill you too. I was like, I'm about to run your ass over. I'm like, you're standing in front of 2,000 pounds worth of metal. What are you doing? I'm like yelling at me like a little bitch. Get out of my way. And he until I let off the brake. And the car kind of went forward. And he's like, you almost hit me. I was like, does that tell you something? So I was like, you get 3 seconds and I'm hitting the gas. So I was like, you might want to move. And he jumped out of the way in time. But damn, if I was going to hit him because he was psychotic. And he was chasing around a pregnant girl, which turned out he was chasing her to try to kill her with her own car. to add insult to injury. So then I wanted to take her to the police station. She didn't want to go to the police station. She's like, take me to his family's house. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And she goes, his mama won't let him get away with this. Yeah, you don't mess with a Puerto Rican mama. That's all I'm going to say with that.
Yeah.
So I pull up, and, like 15 family members come out of this house. I'm like, holy crap, are you sure you're going to be okay? And she's like, yeah, I'll be fine. She gets out and she goes, and speaking way too, I don't speak Spanish, so I did not understand anything she was saying. I was just kind of standing there to make sure that she was going to be okay. And the guy's mother came over and hugged me. And I'm like, why is this strange woman hugging me? And the pregnant girl is like, oh, she's just glad that you helped me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, and the guy shows up. The guy that was trying to kill her shows up and gets out and starts immediately screaming. And his older brother comes walking over and just punched him right in the face and knocked him out. I was like, holy shit. I was like, okay, now I know you're going to be okay. I'm like, cool. So, yeah, I left. But she was like 8 months pregnant. And he was trying to kill her with the car. I'm like, oh, my God. So, yeah. But, yeah, so that was my exciting adventure running around driving the getaway car.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then, of course, I went back to the grandparents' house because they had been on the porch not knowing what the hell was going on because, of course, I couldn't get out of the car to tell them anything. And so I went back and they were like, what was that all about? Who was that guy? And I explained it and they're like, you're crazy. I'm like, hello, have you met me? So, yeah, that was fun. And you know what? I'd do it again because nobody has the right to terrify a pregnant girl like that. I don't care if she... I mean, I don't care if she tried to stab him in the eye. You know what I mean? You don't chase a pregnant girl with her own car to try and kill her. Come on, ridiculous. I don't even know what it was over. I didn't care. There was just no call for that. So Kodi was having none of it. But aside from emergency situations, I would not voluntarily get in someone's vehicle. It's one of the reasons that after the Cisco incident, getting in the truck, and being that vulnerable, it's one of the reasons that I can't get in a stranger's car by myself. Now, if I had somebody with me, I'd have no problem. But I can't do it by myself. I don't care if it's cab, if it's Uber. I don't care if they've been vetted. I don't care if they work for a company. You can only background check someone for things that they've gotten caught for.
Right.
So
and a lot of people can come up with a clean background check and still do it.
Yeah. So, people will just have to forgive my paranoia and my psychosis issues about getting in a vehicle with a stranger. I can't do it. Not as vulnerable as I am now. I mean, I couldn't do it before I lost.
They're actually out to get you.
I mean, I couldn't do it before I lost the leg, but now I'm even more vulnerable. There's just no way I can get in a vehicle with people I don't know. I mean, I had a hard enough time getting in an ambulance. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And people are like, well, you're just going to have to do it. Yeah, that doesn't work. You can't, just saying that does not make it happen. So, that's not how psychological issues work.
Psychological issues don't listen to logic. They listen to emotions. And when you get attacked, getting in someone else's vehicle, you're not gonna want to do it again. That's logical.
I mean, I've been attacked in my vehicle by people I do know. I've been attacked in other people's vehicle by people I don't know. I just need to stay out of vehicles, I think.
There you go.
But it's like, I mean, it's also like the like when I'm transferring from like my bed to the wheelchair, I can't lift my right foot off the floor. I have to scoot it back and forth and rotate on the ball of my foot, heel of my foot, ball of my foot, heel of my foot to move to where I need to be able to get in the wheelchair. I cannot, psychologically, my body will not lift my right foot off the floor because I have fallen. And the fear of falling keeps that foot on the floor. Even using a walker, I still have to shift side to side to get to where I need to go. There is no just putting the walker ahead of me and lifting that right foot off and propelling myself forward. It's not happening. That's why I can't
Yeah.
use crutches. You know, I've tried it and I cannot. Just physically, my brain will not allow me to lift that foot off the floor.
Wow.
I can't go downstairs without leaning on the wall or grabbing a handrail. Or up, because I've fallen on stairs.
So yeah, the brain is a very tricky thing, and I mean, now if I have the prosthetic on, I can lift both feet off the floor without a problem because I know I have that other leg to lean on. You know, but when I fell, the reason I fell is because I was holding onto the handrail. I was getting out of the wheelchair to get on back onto the bed, and I was holding onto the handrail thing, the handicap rail on my bed. Now this goes between the bed frame and the mattress. This mattress is only a memory foam mattress, and it's like a what is it, like an 8 or 9 inch,
Thanks, Wendy.
and it's not heavy, right? So the rail started to move, and instinctively I went to put my left foot down, and this is when my ankle was shattered. I still had my foot, but my ankle was shattered, so there was no support on that foot whatsoever, and I went down. You know, because I had nothing to be able to. I mean, what I was trying to hold on to keep me upright was moving, so I was going down, and then I instinctively put my other foot down, and there was no support there. So boom, I hit totes and boxes and all kinds of shit. Man, it looked like I had been in a car accident. And it hurt, and I got stuck on the floor, and they had to have EMTs come in and get me off the floor. So, yeah. But if I have the prosthetic on, I know that will support me, and so I can use the walker and walk with the prosthetic, but not without it. And even though I've analyzed and figured out what the problem is, it still doesn't make it go away. So, yep, is what it is. And there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Papa J, are you constructing something over there?
No, I'm just was releasing the brakes on my rollator and going to the
Wow, that's
kitchen
loud.
and getting water and ice, and now I'm getting ready to transfer back to the bed and have my breakfast that was just delivered.
Nice. What are we having?
Biscuits and gravy.
Ooh, nice.
And a sauce, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Yummy. I have no idea what I'm going to make to eat. My mom, they didn't have any of the pot pies, so my mom got some other Marie Callender meals. I think I have a country chicken. I have meatloaf. I have roasted turkey.
Not the same kind of biscuits you know about.
Yeah, TG, you know that we're not talking about cookies like what you dunk in your tea. It's biscuits like dinner rolls. Like bread buns.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put gravy on cookies if you paid me. Ew. Biscuits, no. Bread rolls, yes. Bread rolls, I would put gravy on. Bread roll, yum yum yum. Especially fresh out of the oven.
And just to clear up for anybody else that's in the UK going, ew. Usually this is the kind of biscuits that's used for biscuits and gravy. Something similar.
Right.
nicer ones. Split them in half, lay them on a plate, and put the gravy on it.
And it's a white gravy, not a brown gravy, and it usually has chunks of sausage in it.
Mhm.
Country gravy, yep.
TG. I shouldn't have to go through that by now, TG. Yeah, John always used to get the gravy mix, and then put chunks of sausage in it and everything. But those mixes are too peppery for me.
Yeah.
There's just, I mean, I have such a sensitive palate when it comes to spicy or peppery things. So there was one I was like, you know what, I'm sick of this. So I looked up a biscuit and gravy recipe for biscuits and sausage gravy, and I made it myself, but I left almost all the pepper out of it. And John's like, I can't even taste any pepper in it. And I handed him the thing of pepper. I said, here you go. Knock yourself out.
Yep. Add your extra.
Yep. Add your own.
It doesn't have to be cooked in it.
And he did like mine better than the packaged mix and all that, but it was a pain in the ass to make, and I never did it again. I was like, no. Hey, Crazy Maze.
Yeah, you got to get just that right mix of flour and milk to.
Yeah. I mean, it turned out delicious. It was absolutely delicious when I made it from scratch, but it's a pain in the ass to sit there and stir that shit like that. And I'm browning the damn sausage and doing this. I'm like, oh no, I'm never doing this again. It was too much standing, because normally, like when John made it, it's like you make the gravy mix in a pot, a sauce pot, and you brown the sausages. So the most work you have basically is sticking the biscuits in the oven and browning sausage.
Yeah.
And then you just mix everything together and you're good. But doing it from scratch, there's too many steps, and I was on my feet for too long. My back was killing me. It was good, really good though. Nummies.
At least you know how to do it from scratch. Me, I'd be using the powder.
Well, I do that. I used to do that a lot. Find a recipe that I liked or some food that I liked, and then figure out how to make it myself.
Well, doing it from scratch is basically almost the same as just using powder, because you're using flour, mixing in with a little butter, make a roux, and slowly stir in your milk.
Yeah, it's still a different process though.
Mom tried teaching me how to make gravy with drippings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But either I didn't have the patience or she wasn't teaching me right, because I never could get the knack.
Yeah, some of the best gravy my aunt ever made was bacon drippings and coffee.
Interesting.
Called it red eye gravy.
My mom never really experimented too. I mean, she made gravy from drippings and stuff like that, but she didn't put any kooky stuff in it or anything. Have a great day, Crazy Maze.
Hey, Crazy Maze. Bye, Crazy Maze.
I mean, hell, we were lucky if we got more than salt and pepper in my mom's food. The only time she really added any kind of like oregano or anything like that was when she made her tomato sauce, for pasta, or like the American goulash stuff that she made.
My food, you'll get lemon pepper, salt, and maybe parsley.
Yep, no lemon and pepper in my house when I was growing up. Hell, we were lucky if we were allowed to get barbecue sauce. It's it was good, but my mom's, like, her chicken was always dry. My dad freaked out when I put butter on it. Because, I'd be putting butter on my vegetables or whatever, and I kind of sneak it over onto the chicken because the chicken was so damn dry. My dad busted me once. He's like, "What are you putting butter on chicken for?" But then he put ketchup on his damn eggs, and I'm like, "What are you putting ketchup on eggs for?"
No.
To make it taste better. Why else?
Yeah,
Why not just eat those ketchup?
right. So now he yelled at me when I put honey on scrambled eggs too.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It tasted good. Hell, that's how I got
Well,
Talon to eat scrambled eggs after his mama made him some that were horrible, and I didn't realize she had tried making him scrambled eggs and that they came out nasty, and so I made him breakfast one day and I made him scrambled eggs, and he's like, nasty, ew. And I'm like, excuse me? And he goes, "Me don't like scrambled eggs." I'm like, really? Well, that's what I made you. You're eating it. I'm like, "You want to go hungry?" He goes, I'm like, "Then eat them." I'm like, and then John told me, yeah, this is a 6-year-old, that, and or was he? No, he was 5. And John told me that his mom screwed up his scrambled eggs. She burnt them, and all. I'm like, oh, why does she try to cook? She can't cook. So I looked at Tal and I said, "If Auntie does magic and makes them taste yummy, will you eat them?" He goes, "Ooh, magic? Like you turn to milk chocolate?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." He goes, "Uh-huh. Am I getting chocolate eggs?" I'm like, "No." This kid, I'm telling you, he was so precious. So I went over and I grabbed the thing of honey and I drizzled a little honey on it and I gave him a teeny tiny bite. I said, "Now just a teeny tiny bite to see if you like it." I was like, "Try it." And he inhaled the whole plate and wanted more. And Issa came walking in and saw the empty plate with just little tiny bits of scrambled eggs. She goes, "How'd you get him to eat scrambled eggs?" I said, "I'm magic." She was so pissed. Because then she's like, "Talon, I'll make you eggs tomorrow." He goes, "I want Auntie to make them." I was like, "Issa, why do you keep trying to cook? You're not good at it. Stop trying to poison your child." And John's like, "Well, why don't you teach her?" I was like, "I've tried that, remember?" Yeah, I did. I tried to teach her how to cook things, and she just didn't get it.
and then people gave me weird looks when I first time asked for sour cream with corned beef hash. Pretty good.
Okay. Hey, Kristen. Kirsten. Is it Kristen or Kirsten? Everybody says your name different.
Kristen.
It's Kristen? Okay.
It's K-R-I, not K-I-R.
Okay. Just checking because Mr. Jim says Kirsten.
Yeah.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen.
Mr. Jim's kind of like a Victoria with names sometimes.
Oh my God, how long did it take us to get him to be able to say Ishara right?
Right?
Kristen. Okay. Kristen. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, Issa thought she could cook all she needed. She's like, "I can cook shrimp scampi." I'm like, "Really? Let's go get the ingredients and you can cook it." She's like, "Well, we don't have the powdered mix." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she goes, "You make it with a powder mix." And I'm like, "That's not cooking, first of all. And where did you learn that?" She goes, "At Red Lobster." So for anyone that goes to Red Lobster, they use powdered mixes for all their sauces, just like you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she couldn't make it without the bag of scampi powdered mix. I'm like, ugh. It's not cooking, honey. So yeah. We're not even going to talk about the turkey dinner she cooked that time. We've already done that. My mouth dries out and I start hacking up hairballs every time I think of that sawdust she made. Ugh,
I've never cooked a turkey.
I have. John and I used to make the holiday dinners together. Whenever we had a holiday dinner or birthday dinner, whatever, we always cooked them together. And she got pissy and said she could make it better than both of us. Yeah, no. So we had Chinese food for that Thanksgiving.
Well, at least you had Chinese food.
Yeah, unfortunately, she
Instead of
insisted on
nothing.
picking the place. She refused to go get the Chinese food. So we had to order from the one place here that delivers, and their food was horrible. I was like, okay. So, yeah, it was not a good holiday for food. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how she survived when she was living by herself, except I guess she was living on like ramen because you can't really screw up ramen soup. I don't know. Or eating out a lot, you know.
Yeah, you can.
Because she,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you can. She definitely was not
It's
cooking for
easy.
herself. Although her taste buds were totally whack. I mean, the things she thought tasted good were absolutely horrendous.
It's easy to mess up ramen. Just don't put enough water in it.
Well, see, I don't actually cook ramen soup as soup. I just cook the noodles so it doesn't, you know.
Or
I
like
don't use.
one kid one time that took the ramen in the little styrofoam box where you just add water. Well, instead of heating the water and adding it to the ramen, she put the water in there and stuck it in the microwave with the ramen dry.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh.
One microwave in the trash.
yep. No, I only use the noodles. I don't use those seasoning packets because they're nasty. I don't like the taste of them at all. And there's like 13 gajillion milligrams of sodium in them.
Yep.
I mean, you basically have your sodium content for the month in one of those packets. So, and I don't like the way they smell. I don't like the way they taste. So I only use the noodles, and I usually just have like the noodles and some butter, maybe some garlic powder or garlic, whichever. But yeah, nope. Still nothing from my kid. What the hell? Well, probably gonna run this for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna go take care of my mutt. And while I'm out there, I'll just leave the door unlocked so he can get in on his own. That way I won't have to jump up and try and get out there before he breaks the door down. Yeah. I should also probably let my landlord know that he's picking the run up for me today. If we have to have it by the 5th or notify him by the 5th. Otherwise, I get charged $25.
Damn.
Just amuse yourselves. I'll be right there.
Okay, we'll try.
Okay. Not that the landlord will show up on a weekend anyway, but I have to let him know by the 5th, so that way I have proof that I let him know on the 5th or before. So. My phone has been charging all night and I'm at 78%. Oh, that drives me crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Iris, those German names are fun. Or Norwegian.
Polish ones too.
Yeah.
My grandmother's last name, her maiden name, I could only spell it. Don't even ask me to say it because people look at me. I try and people look at me and say, "What are you saying?"
Yeah, I got lucky. My maiden name was Kurtz. My dad, German. My grandparents came from Germany, and I got lucky with a short last name. Although my grandfather used to make fun of it. He used to call me Miss Kurt, and I would like stomp my little foot and be like, "It's Kurt, it's not Kurt." And yeah, he'd laugh at me because he'd do it just to instigate me, you know. My grandfather was an instigator. I did get a couple of good shots in on him when I got older and he did that, because I'd be like, okay, they're Archibald. Because yes, my grandfather's first name was Archibald, and everybody called him Archie. And if Carol were in here, she'd be going, Archie, Archie.
Archie Bunker. Archie, Archie.
Well, at least you didn't have to change the first initial, Bonnie. If you had anything monogrammed, you were still good. So Scandinavian names you got to be careful of. It's like 13 consonants, no vowels. What the hell is that? Mount. Like when that volcano went off and everybody on the news was trying to pronounce the name of the volcano. That was funny.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep, his name was Archie. Archibald. And I know that my grandmother came from Nova Scotia, but I don't know where my grandfather came from. If it was Nova Scotia or if he was, from Massachusetts or what. I have no idea. My family tree has like no branches. I'm adopted anyway, so.
My father's mother's parents came from Poland. They met and married in Boston. My mother's family is from Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. I don't know where my father's father's family comes from.
Well, I know my father's family, my grandparents came from Germany. They got out just before Hitler closed the borders, and they went to Canada. So my father was German Canadian. But and I know that my grandmother came from Nova Scotia because I asked her why she named her cat Novi, and she's like, "Oh, it's short for Nova Scotia because that's where I came from." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's all I know. I don't know anything about her side of the family. I don't know anything about my grandfather's, the rest of the family, nothing, and no family history at all." So, and I had to do one of those family tree things when I was in school, and I could only do it partially on my father's side. Nobody on my mother's side of the family would give me any information, so I have no idea what was going on there. I still don't know. Yeah, no idea.
You could do that on Ancestry now.
Yeah, now you could.
Yeah.
Back then you couldn't.
Back then, you basically write on one side. You write above your name, adopted.
I'm still trying to find out who. I'm still trying to find out who my biological grandfather is on my dad's side, because all I know is his last name was Brown.
Yeah, that narrows it down, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad when the grandfather on your dad's side all your life, you find out later that he wasn't your real grandfather.
Well, he's not your biological grandfather. He's still your real grandfather if he acted like a grandfather.
Well, yeah.
I said that to my mom when I was a teenager and we got in a fight. I was like, "You're not even my real mom." And, it took me about an hour and I thought about that and I regretted it and I went and apologized to her because although she's not biologically my mom, she's still my mom, so she is real. And I realized how bad, and she was still in tears. She was crying so hard. I felt horrible that I had hurt her feelings that badly, because I mean it's just like with step parents. Just because they're not biologically related to you, they're still your parent. If you have a good one, there are horrible people out there that just don't give a damn about their stepkids and don't act like a parent. But if you get a good one, they're still your parent, and should be considered your parent. It's just not biological. Blood doesn't always make family.
Right?
So
When my mom married my stepdad, his other children didn't consider us, my sisters and I, as related to them. They were Bill's kids. They weren't mom's. Some of them were older than she was.
well, I mean,
The
John
only
John John always said that I was probably more part of his family than he was. His family loved me. Well, on his father's side, like his uncles and stuff loved me. His grandfather loved me, but they didn't really like Issa too much. But he told Issa that I would always be a family member. I was considered a family member. And of course, she doesn't see things that way, so that's why I don't hear from her at all. I don't know how. The last I heard from her was Christmas, and she just texted me "Merry Christmas." I didn't get pictures of Talon or anything, so. Yeah, Kristen, it's hard. I mean, when you're a teenager, you're just so emotional, and it gets in your head that they're not, biological, and for a lot of people that biological link is what's the most important, and it's really not. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that it's not important, but knowing biologically as far as diseases you may have or health issues,
Right.
you
No,
know.
I get it. It's definitely good to have that, especially for medical history or characteristic traits, or oh wow, he does that too, and that's where I get that from, and genetic memory and things like that. Yeah, it's very cool to find family. I haven't never bothered to look, but I figured I was given up and adopted in 1969, and we had a war going on then, so shit was happening. No time for a kid. I was a giveaway. I was adopted when I was 5 days old. So
See, and the thing too with my dad is there was never a birth certificate for him until he was born in 1920. There was not a birth certificate until 1929.
Huh, that's weird. Oh, Bonnie. Poor Bonnie. Well, that's just not right, Bonnie.
Aw, Bonnie.
What I got a kick out of later on in life is that my arch nemesis, the kid that lived across the street from me, used to make fun of me for being adopted all the time. He'd get kids in school making fun of me for being adopted, which I really don't see what there is to make fun of about that. But he managed to do it. And his mom and my mom, they lived across the street from us, and his mom would come over and have coffee with my mother. And I was somewhere, I think I was out on the porch, and the door was open a little bit, and they were talking, and my mom mentioned, well, Jeffrey gives her a really hard time about being adopted, and I don't really understand why. And his mother goes, well, I don't understand why he would do that, because he's adopted. And I just got this big ass grin on my face. I was like, oh yeah. And the next time he had his friends making fun of me, I was like, what are you talking about? You're adopted too, you dumbass. And they all looked at him, and he turned bright red and he ran. And I was like, yeah, y'all are letting him instigate you into making fun of me when he's adopted too. So fuck y'all. And I walked away, and he never did it again. Yep. And his friends focused on him and picked on him because he had been lying to them the whole time too.
Right.
Payback's a bitch, boy. Wait a few years. I'm gonna shoot you off your roof when you're throwing eggs at me. Yeah.
Waste of perfectly good eggs.
Well, he was trying to hit me in my 10 speed, which would have taken the paint off my bike, and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think adoption is a wonderful option for people that can't have kids. And like my mom had 2 stillbirths, One was a set of twins, and one was a baby girl. And she really, really wanted a baby. My dad, not so much. My dad could have cared less, but he did it for her. And yeah. So, but the problem was, me and my mom butted heads all the time because she wanted a little girl that she could dress up in pretty little dresses and do her hair, and I was not that girl. I was out digging in the mud and looking for salamanders under rocks, and playing in the swamp and climbing trees. People have asked me before if I wanted to find my biological family. I'm like, no, they gave me away. Why would I be looking for them? They can look for me. I don't care. They're the one that made the choice, so let them look. I am who I am, and I know the differences. Like people, the nature versus nurture things. There are things. I mean, I don't act anything like either of my parents. There's definitely a nature thing going on here. Because if I acted like either one of my parents, I would be a lot different than I am. But I never felt the compulsion to look for a biological family. So, I mean, I understand why people do it, and I get it. But for me, it's just never been a thing. And what I don't get, though, is why people are like, well, I need to find my biological family to know who I am. I'm like, you are you. What is finding them? Finding them is not going to change who you are. You're who you are because of your experiences and the things you've gone through in your life. I mean, medically, I could understand, but psychologically, you're not going to.
Where you came from, yeah, but who you are, look in the mirror, see who you are.
Yeah, psychologically, it's not going to change who you are just because you find out who you're blood related to. Unless you decide to purposely do that. But yeah, I mean, the most difficult thing that I had to go through was every time I went to the doctor and them asking medical history. Like Papa mentioned, having that medical history would be nice to know what you're susceptible to, what they should watch out for.
Right.
And I always had to leave all of that blank. Yeah, Kristen, I never did. I found out I was adopted when I was, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 10. Because I found my baby book, and I found my certificate of adoption in the baby book, and that's how I found out I was adopted. I'm like, wait, what? So. Yeah, my mom wanted me to either give my oldest up for adoption or get an abortion, and I was like, nope. Bobby.
Sometimes birth parents can't take care of their kids for whatever reason.
I mean, I have no problems with either one of those issues. I actually did a report in school for my not social studies, but it was like a social class that we took, and both your parents are psychos. Well, doesn't that explain a lot? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. And it was the pros and cons of abortion, and so I had to look at both sides of it. To do the report, I had to be objective and look at both sides and come up with an argument for both sides. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to be fun. I actually got a double A+ on that report, and I can understand the need for abortion. I don't think it should be used as birth control. And there were a few girls in my school that actually did that. They wouldn't take precautions, they'd end up pregnant, and they just get an abortion. And I'm like, this is not what that process is for. But But I think if the option is there that, you know, having the baby, giving the baby up for adoption to a family that, you know, can't have children or whatever, I think that's the viable option. I just was not for me. I wanted to keep my child, and I had already, by the time my parents knew that I was pregnant, I had already gone through all of that in my head. And I actually had more information on both of those things, those options, than my mom did. So I thought that was funny.
Well,
Yep.
abortion never entered my mind. It's not something I personally would choose, but I
Yeah,
don't.
I've never chosen it for myself, but I can understand where it might be necessary. You
Well,
know,
I don't think it's my place to say whether someone else can or can't have one, but I personally would not choose one.
for me, it would. Well, I can't get pregnant now because they done been tied for years now,
I'm
like
50. If I
like
get pregnant,
27
it's a
years.
miracle.
So, and I'm not with anybody. It kind of takes two for that because I definitely do not
Yeah, it takes two
qualify.
to tango.
I definitely do not qualify for immaculate conception at this point. But I mean, if it were necessary for medical, I mean, if it was, you know, you can have this baby and you can die, or you can get an abortion and you can live, then hello, you know, it would, I'm not going to die for a child that then I'm not going to be able to take care of. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So if it's for a medical reason, I could completely, I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody else what they can do either. I don't think that it should be used as a birth control. I mean, if you're getting an abortion every month, one, you're doing a hell of a lot of damage to your body, you
Right.
know? So,
If you're getting an abortion every month, why didn't you just get your tubes tied?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
just have everything removed.
Hysterectomy, yep.
Don't just tie them, just remove them. Shit.
well, there are a lot of things that go along with hysterectomies too. There's a lot of hormonal issues. So depending on the age of the person, you know.
Well, if you leave one ovary, you don't have as many issues.
Yeah, I didn't get pregnant with my oldest until I was 18. I had her when I was 19. But I did have a friend of mine in high school got pregnant. She went on vacation and came home pregnant. And she was supposed to have the baby around graduation. Now the school actually wanted her to leave school when she started showing. They wanted her to do the homeschool type of thing, and she didn't want to. She wanted to be in school. She wanted to graduate with the class and all of that. And because she had worked hard, you know, it was her senior year, and she had worked really hard to get up there and be able to have her grades up to point. And we all signed a petition. The whole school signed a petition. We had something like 500 signatures on that thing saying keep Sandy in school. And she was near me when we walked up. She had the baby 2 or 3 days before graduation, and she showed up at graduation. Hey, Miss Joni. And Miss Joni, you missed everything. I'm going to be ending in 10 minutes.
Good morning, Johnny.
But one of us, you know, kind of gave her a little bit of physical support, and another one of our friends carried her little donut pillow because she had stitches, like the episiotomy stitches. And so one of us carried down the aisle to the seating for graduation, and she graduated with the class. Yeah, we were so proud of her. But she actually left the hospital before they told her to go because she wanted to be at graduation.
My C-sections, they kicked me out of the hospital 12 hours.
I have a floating
had the
ovary.
surgery, 12 hours, they were kicking me out to go home.
That's weird. I have the doctor told me I have a floating ovary. When they did my tubal ligation, when they tied my tubes, he's like, well, you have a floating ovary. And I looked at him, I was like, where is it floating to and why can't I go with it?
Right.
I'm like, why is it going on vacation without me? Yeah,
Mhm.
Because of the fat cells, I guess, that are around the ovary, it caused it to be very buoyant inside. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to feel different or not at this point, but okay. I'm like, why would you feel the need to tell me that if I don't need it removed or something? You know what I mean? I'm like, now every time I turn or twist, I'm like, I wonder how that ovary is doing, you know? John used to say that he was a jack of all trades, master of none. I was like, no, you are the master of one. And he goes, what's that? I said, complete bullshit.
Right.
My father was the master of that one. Complete bullshit.
Wow, Miss Joni, that's pretty early. That's pretty young to have a hysterectomy.
Get this in before you close down here.
Yeah, they won't.
Oh yeah,
they
drop
won't-
links. Drop your links. Everybody go check out Mr. Jim and Miss Joni tonight. Boop, boop, boop.
My
And
sister's
for a
40 and
pre
they won't do hers.
and for a pre-show before Mr. Jim, check out Brian Tokar on Facebook.
Cool. There you go. Yay. Brian's awesome. Brian bought me my first poison ring. He did. It's got a peridot on it. It's very, very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it from Mr. Jim. So I got both of my poison rings that I have. One from Wes and Mr. Jim, and one from Brian. Are both from Mr. Jim. Yay.
And subscribe to Miss Joni. She's got her own channel now.
That's right. She does. Yay. Finally.
Let's get her up there where she can start doing lives on her channel.
There you go. And her pretty puppy is on there as an avatar picture too. Pretty puppy. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can drop links in that they want. We like to share. So
Sharing is caring.
that's right. Unless it's the cold or COVID or some shit like that, then you can keep that
Yeah,
shit to yourself.
I'm a selfish bitch. You know, I want to keep my derms. They're
True.
mine.
You know, I want to lay down so bad and go back to sleep, and I know my son's gonna end up waking me up, banging on the door, going, "Well, like I messaged you." Well, you know what? It's funny that I can't read messages or know that I get them when I'm asleep.
You're welcome.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun at the at Mr. Jim and Miss Joni's auctions. Always fun. I actually bought stuff last time.
Yeah, you did.
I spent $30 for a auction of theirs I went to.
I am broke now though, so I cannot do that again.
$600 I need to come up with by the middle of April. I am flat broke.
So you better turn your computer off tonight and not come to the auction.
You know I'm gonna come to the auction.
Because you'll just cry and cry.
I know. I'll have to do that monkey see no. Oh, Miss Joni says she's sending you a video in a little bit, Jay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Jessica's Dumpster Girls did a video for me yesterday.
Oh yeah, for your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie, I don't think COVID is gone. The flu might be in there with it, but the COVID's not gone.
No, it's never going away.
No,
Just
it will change
FYI.
every year, just like the flu.
Well, I don't think COVID is going to be seasonal. I think COVID is just going to be a constant thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's already
Doesn't
run
change
through.
every year.
I mean, it's already run through every year. You know what I mean? Every season of the year. So
It's like every 3 to 6 months there's a new variety.
yeah, it keeps
New variation.
mutating.
More often than that, there's last time I saw this up to like 49 mutations
No
Yeah.
Lord.
in 2 years. So yeah, it's a nasty little booger.
Yeah, it is. Bye, Bobby. Have an awesome day.
And they're still finding new variants every day. So
Yeah.
People are tired of being scared.
Oh, he was joking. My bad.
Oh yeah, LOL.
Well, I hope everybody has an awesome day. And
You too. You too,
Take care.
Kathy, Iris, everybody.
So far, I've had fun.
If you're going to be trying to get anything done, I hope you get it done. If you're going to be trying to do nothing, then I hope you get that accomplished too. Whichever. But
While we were on it.
yeah, because now we're hearing about the flu again. It's kind of combining because with the cold and the warm and then cold and then warm, it's affecting people.
Here's another one. While I think about it, everybody go check out Kristen. There's her channel.
Oh, Designs and Do-Overs. Yeah, she's got some awesome beads and stones and things on her channel.
Kristen's got all kinds of cool stuff on her channel.
Yeah.
There's just not enough time in the day.
I know, right? I can only
Yeah.
cry over so much, just saying,
No, I mean, I didn't mean to say it right at the time that I said it for any particular reason. I was just thinking it, I wish I could go to everybody's everything. But,
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Go to 13 different auctions in the same 2-hour time period and be able to pay attention to everything.
Jennifer.
Not enough time in the day.
Hey, Jennifer.
Jennifer been here,
Hi, Jennifer.
Oh,
Well,
she's been lurking.
Back and forth. So
She's been lurking. I never did see her.
Yep.
Anyway,
She snuck in on y'all. Oh, she just came back. Well, that's okay.
Mhm.
Welcome back. Just in time for me to shut it down. Hello and goodbye.
It's time to say bye.
Yep. So I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will see you around the tube. And be safe, be careful, and if you can't do either of those, don't name it after me because I wasn't there and didn't have the fun to do it. So love you guys. Thank you guys for coming on the panel. I appreciate the company. Thank
thanks
you.
for having us.
Oh, it's been fun.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.